Monica McNutt saying more foolishness, more absolute nonsense.
Monica McNutt, she was fired. Speaking about Caitlin Clark. That was Caitlin Clark. She needs to speak up for the sisters. You gotta speak up for the sisterhood, Caitlin. Monica McNutt, you're just another one of these jealous, envious haters in the WNBA.
Monica McNutt goes out there and says Caitlin Clark is not standing up for the sisterhood. Monica McNutt just offered she should have been fired for
This growing pattern became impossible to ignore after Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark appeared in an interview with ESPN's Malika Andrews. During one of the most personal and revealing conversations of her career, Clark opened up about the overwhelming emotional pressure that comes with constantly being in the center of public attention. She explained how exhausting and frustrating it has been to deal with unfair narratives, inaccurate portrayals, and constant outside opinions about her. Clark emphasized that behind the fame and superstar status, she is still a human being who feels the weight of non-stop criticism and judgment. Clark made it clear that when she leaves the locker room, her main goal is simply to focus on basketball. She does not want every comment, reaction, or decision she makes to be picked apart, twisted, or turned into a larger controversy by media personalities. However, rather than showing empathy toward Clark's comments or redirecting the conversation toward her performance on the court, ESPN analyst Monica McNutt took the discussion in a completely different direction during a national broadcast.
This is a pro-black, pro-gay league. She fits neither one of them criteria. What sisterhood? And you're talking about a sisterhood that beat her ass for 3 seasons. You sound ridiculous. Girl just want to play ball. See, y'all are going to feel dumb if she goes somewhere with it's a league that she plays a part in building up. And now players start going over there and people start watching over there. Then y'all going to be mad. And y'all going to say, oh, it's just because of racism. White people want to watch over there. That's what she's going to wind up.
During an appearance on Women's Sports Sundays, Monica McNutt openly challenged Clark's comments, focusing on the words she used while seemingly dismissing the emotional struggles Clark described. Instead of addressing Clark's personal experience with pressure, stress, and constant public attention, McNutt shifted the conversation toward another perspective. McNutt argued that the real people feeling pressure are the opponents who face criticism and accusations after physical plays or controversial fouls involving Clark during games. In doing so, she reframed the situation by suggesting that the players involved in intense on-court battles were the ones being unfairly portrayed as the victims.
Malika, I agree with her 100%. It is certainly exhausting for all of us who really want to celebrate where this league is.
How can it be exhausting when this is what you primarily push? She's been a hater of Clark from day one. From day freaking one, they snatch her job away. Y'all want to see the WNBA push in the right direction? Get rid of some of these idiots that are up here saying that
McNutt took the criticism a step further, stating that while Clark is clearly one of the WNBA's biggest talents, the young star also needs to show more accountability and better understand her role within the larger WNBA community. That immediate change in focus appeared to mirror the exact type of media treatment Clark had recently described feeling frustrated by. Instead of highlighting her incredible basketball skills, including her scoring, playmaking, and the major impact she has had on growing the sport, the discussion shifted toward questioning Clark's behavior, responsibilities, and whether she was meeting certain expectations beyond the game itself.
I think that we all have a responsibility in seeing where we fit in that discourse, and what we are working to do on this show is focus in right there on the game that we all love so very much. And that's what we're going to do over the course of this next hour.
She said we all play a part. At least Monica McNutt would never say we anything. She thinks she's right all the time. She's terrible, man.
You see how Malika Andrews had to try to reel her in and say, I think we all have a part. That includes you, Monica McNutt. And you tried to downplay how a 24-year-old Caitlin Clark might feel, as if she hasn't been the victim. You have been on national TV hating on Caitlin Clark for over 3 years, Monica McNutt.
The discussion moved so far away from basketball that host Malika Andrews eventually stepped in to redirect the conversation. She reminded McNutt and the panel that their responsibility was to analyze the sport itself and focus on the basketball that viewers had come to watch. However, by that stage, the damage had already been done. McNutt's comments quickly triggered a strong reaction across the basketball community, with many critics accusing media figures of claiming to support the growth of the league while repeatedly shifting attention away from the game and placing its biggest star at the center of unnecessary cultural debates.
I do think as she continues to matriculate through this league, there's room for a little bit more accountability and self-awareness in terms of her role in the larger sisterhood.
You see that graphic in the back? Women's Sports Sundays? Rumor has it ESPN is already regretting this decision because Sundays now is all about women's sports. They gave up Sunday night baseball to do nothing but women's sports on Sunday.
The main issue with Monica McNutt's argument about accountability is that it appears to place the burden on Caitlin Clark for circumstances that are largely outside of her control, while ignoring the positive influence and effort she has consistently brought to the sport. Clark has repeatedly condemned online abuse, promoted respect among players and fans, and emphasized that her main priority is competing and improving on the basketball court. Despite that, some media personalities continue to hold her to a different standard, suggesting that she should carry additional social responsibilities beyond basketball. Critics argue that this expectation places an unfair burden on Clark, especially when it comes from a league environment where she has often felt criticized, overlooked, or where her accomplishments have sometimes been downplayed rather than celebrated.
Clark needs to promote black and homosexual KKK supremacy. What sisterhood? The one that cheap shots her and votes her 11th best guard out of jealousy? Absolutely. Why will Caitlin need this dusty-ass sisterhood when she's already been endorsed by their hero? She'll never be welcomed at the cookout no matter what she does. McNutt and her militant hubris need to sit the fuck down.
This level of scrutiny is rarely applied to male superstars, who are typically allowed to focus entirely on their performance and success, without being expected to constantly respond to every controversy, online discussion, or media-created storyline surrounding them.
Malika, I agree with her 100%. It is certainly exhausting for all of us who really want to celebrate where this league is.
How can it be exhausting when this is what you primarily push? She's been a hater of Clark from day one. From day freaking one, they snatch her job away. Y'all want to see the WNBA push in the right direction? Get rid of some of these idiots that are up here saying that
What makes this constant change in expectations even more confusing is that commentators like McNutt have previously acknowledged that Caitlin Clark's arrival played a major role in bringing unprecedented attention, exposure, and financial growth to the entire league. However, instead of recognizing and celebrating the impact Clark has had on the sport, some media figures continue creating negative narratives about her personality and then criticizing her based on those same narratives during national broadcasts. When certain players or analysts claim that Clark lacks awareness or accountability, critics argue that they are often responding to a constructed image of her rather than her actual words, actions, and contributions to the game.
I think it's a beautiful time, and I don't think anybody that is a part of this league or has covered this league, sure, we lament kind of keeping this little thing that we love to protect it from all of the noise, right?
Right.
But in the same breath,
yeah,
the eyeballs and the visibility and the growth is better for all involved. I mean, frankly, John, like, Caitlin Clark got me here, right?
Put some respect on her name then. Put some damn respect on CC22's name. Getting you paid me. All of them.
Many critics argue that this perspective ignores the remarkable composure and professionalism Clark has shown while dealing with aggressive physical play during games, criticism from the media, and the constant pressure that comes with being one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. Ultimately, basketball fans have made their preference clear. They are tuning in to witness elite competition, incredible playmaking, and unforgettable moments like deep three-point shots, not to hear extended debates or media-driven commentary focused more on narratives than the actual game.
Honest reflection, but in totality, Monica, we don't often get to hear Caitlin Clark's perspective in quite this level of honesty. And this is an important conversation to continue to have with empathy for everybody involved. So listening to that, what was your reaction?
I thought the choice, the word of being fearful of the conversation after a game that she alluded to was interesting because oftentimes it seems, at least in the larger discourse, and not that there's not an emotional experience for Caitlin Clark because I believe that it is, but it's the folks that are accused of doing something outside of the parameters of competition that are actually the ones that are fearful when you look at their social.
What are your thoughts on Monica McNutt's comments and her call for Caitlin Clark to show more accountability? Do you believe sports media should spend less time focusing on off-court narratives and put more emphasis on the actual game, the players' performances, and the moments that make basketball special? Let us know your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with other basketball fans. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.